Hey guys, you're tuning in to the Mina B Podcast. It's your girl Mina B, and I am back with yet another fun-filled episode. So where to find me? At the Mina B Podcast over on IG. Be sure to check links in the bio for all the streaming channels and platforms of your desire. We're over on iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, Anchor.fm. So you guys have an array of places to listen to the show. Also, Apple Podcasts, folks, please be sure to rate and subscribe your girl. If you fuck with the show, if you're new to the show, leave me a message. Let me know what you think and be sure to give me a rating over there. Also, for the folks that like to watch your girl, make sure to check out the Mina B Podcast over on YouTube and hit that subscribe button. Okay, so yes, guys, I am back. It is really nice outside today, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful week thus far. So yeah, I had a couple of things on my mind. It's a solo dolo episode. I think y'all like that anyway. I had a couple of things on my mind that I wanted to touch base with you guys about. And yeah, I don't know if it's just the panoramic. I don't know if it's just folks being dumb. I don't know if this is just an epidemic of nonsense, tomfoolery, foolishness. And it could well enough be the new moon that when this airs, we just had, because the week in the shadow period has been a hot mess, okay? I just don't know what the fuck is going on with the emotions and the nonsense in the air, but I'm here to address it, and we're gonna get into that. So yeah, I wanted to touch base about a couple of things, and I'm gonna start with simple behavior. Simp behavior. You know, when your auntie or your uncle or just an elder would say, you acting simple? Well, that means, for folks that don't understand what simple behavior means, that means that you're acting foolish, you're acting silly, you're acting, like you don't got no brain cells, okay? So when you do hear someone say, hey, old boy is a simp, or she over here acting like a simp, that's the shortened version of what simple is, okay? And I'm just gonna jump out on a limb here and say that groupies are very simple to me. I've never really understood groupie behavior, and I've seen it, across the board in so many different areas. And what bothers me about simple groupie behavior is that groupies tend to be all across the board these days. It's not even about the party promoter no more, a celebrity no more. In Atlanta, it is simply about the motherfucker you think has the bag, or is getting to the bag, or has a little clout, or has a little status about his self. And I'm talking to the ladies about that, because groupie behavior for dudes, we don't even need to address that. We already know that shit is just simp all across the board, up and down, left, right, however you want to, swing it. But with women, I feel like simp behavior, groupie ass behavior, it just really, really has made things difficult for women like myself who are still in the dating sphere, still, getting to know niggas and stuff like, I'm single. I'm keeping my options open. I'm outside. So, how was this on my shirt? Anyway, so, with that being said, I saw some behavior not too long ago, and I see it all the time, especially because I'm a bartender. I do see it all the time. So, it is what it is. But I feel like women who are groupies, who are thirsty for, that attention from a guy who, again, has that status, it's become an epidemic so bad that, and I've said this on previous episodes and I'm continue to say it, I blame women. I blame us a lot of the time because we put up with certain behaviors and we do certain things that prevents the rest of the women that are not willing to do those things from really achieving great relationships or great situations with men. And it's because y'all do any and everything for attention. Y'all will, perfect example, run around in a networking event. Instead of networking, walking around behind a man like a lab dog all week, not the whole week, but the whole hour of the event behind a nigga. Go network and go get to the bag. This is the man that's already secured his bag. He's not worried about you. That's the type of shit that I see in Atlanta. I see bitches at the bars expecting and waiting for somebody to buy them a shot, buy them a drink. Why don't you have any money? Why don't you have anything in your pocket? I'm confused. The way my girlfriends and I are set up, I mean, it is the standard. I'm shout out to my girls, okay? We spend money like drug dealers. We ain't waiting for nobody to do nothing for us at no bar or no restaurant. Ever. If someone picks up a tab, I'm gracious. We're gracious. If someone sends over a round, we are gracious. You know what I mean? But this is simply just something that y'all do all the time, running behind these niggas, running to see if they're gonna do something for you. Ladies, we gotta cut this shit out. I'm gonna sound like a lady, and this is Auntie Mina talking now. You bitches need to get some business about yourselves. This is sad. Really, really, really sad behavior. And I'm gonna get to the niggas in a minute. This is sad ass behavior. I'm so sick of seeing it. I'm so sick of seeing women that don't have anything to offer, to add, to do for themselves, but look good, eyelashes, hair done, nails done, everything did. Y'all gotta want a little bit more for yourselves. Y'all look crazy. And y'all are making it very difficult for, again, women like us. Because, perfect example, like, how I give it up, I'm the kind of person, like, we gotta make plans. And especially even my girlfriends, like, if we're out and about and some dude's like, hey, pull up. It depends on the rapport that we have with you or that I have with you to say I'm gonna pull up. But there's been plenty of times that I've been invited to things very last minute or the same day within that hour. And I'm like, nah, we're not about to do that. Because there's a certain standard. That means something, unless you really, really, really forgot. And again, it always plays on rapport. What your rapport is with that person. That person knows you enough to say, yo, I could hit Mina up, for instance, last minute or whatever. She ain't gonna mind. Because we're cool. But if we don't have that rapport, if we haven't dated or don't really know each other that well, then no. Let me know the day before. Or like 9 times out of 10, you know what the fuck going on. Don't hit me up last minute. And I'm very, very big on that. But then you also have the women that are doing that constantly. When they're being called, they run. So these niggas got this rap in their head like, oh, she acting funny and she ain't trying to pull up. No, I have other things to do. Like watch my Netflix shows. I'm comfy on this couch. Or I'm out and about already and I'm not going to stop what I'm doing and stop, drop, and roll just because you picked up the phone to text me to tell me to pull up somewhere. That's not how that works. You know what I'm saying? As we get older, that's just not how that works. But again, the groupies, the simple bitches, y'all keep doing that. So I had an instance a couple of months back, and it had happened before. And we're going to talk about red flags because even in dating and the playing get to know you, a motherfucker will show you a little bit about himself and you're reminded the first time, you see it the first time, and you're reminded the second time, and you let it roll over to a third. We're going to have to try to stop giving motherfuckers 3 chances or 3 tries because red flag is a red flag is a red flag. That's it, period, point blank. We ain't got time. So I've had a motherfucker send me out a couple of times on some having me wait, pull up, let's hang out, inviting me out and having me wait. Now, the first time that it happened, I waited about 15 minutes and then I fucking proceeded to leave. I did. This is a person who invited me somewhere in advance. Get there, he's nowhere to be seen, found, whatever. So I casually take my black ass back to the parking deck to get in my shit and keep it pushing. He must have seen me or was coming up, so he, intercepted. So, and got me back, because I was like, I don't wait for nobody, sir. I'm so sorry to tell you, I don't wait for nobody. Like, my time is precious, and you should value my time if I'm giving it to you. So, we had that first conversation. That was that. A second time, it had happened again. And I was just like, whatever. I was already out and about, so I just waited. Whatever, I just waited. How long? I want to say maybe like 20 minutes, just about. So then that fills it out. We're cool. We keep it cordial. That's that. This shit happened a couple of months ago. Invited me out to something. Was trying to invite me out to a couple of things, but it invited me out to something. I was like, hey, I'll pull up to this. I'm free this day, whatever. All right, fine. I'll be up there in like 25 minutes. I said, all right, cool. Hit me when you get there. So, I can leave or whatever and go meet you. Dude did not say a word for an hour. So long story short, I hit him back. I said, hey, what's going on? Why? Where you at? Oh, I'm here already. You didn't tell me to leave. You didn't tell me to pull up. Hey, I'm here. Where are you? Nothing. And because of the history, I didn't necessarily want to make a move until I knew he was there, because I knew I could have got to that location fairly fast, like maybe under 10 minutes. So, girl, do you know, I just went ham. I was like, listen, you must think I'm a simp. Because these simple bitches that y'all are used to will run and flock to y'all and wait on y'all and wait for y'all in parking lots. And I ain't doing it. Not doing it. So sorry to tell you, I'm not doing it. But again, this just goes to show women are doing it a lot. They're not setting no standards. So when they meet you or a woman like myself, it's like, damn, she couldn't wait. She couldn't hang out. She couldn't chill. Well, fuck that bitch. You understand what I'm saying? It's an epidemic. Y'all are fucking the game up. I said what I said, and that's just that on that. Hit me in a comment below. Let me know what you think about the simp behavior that these groupies are, putting out there. Like, it is trash energy, and I hate it. We have to set better standards for ourselves and really stop being this way. I don't even know what else the fuck to call it. It's so frustrating to me. Anyway, though. Yeah, I don't know, y'all. I ain't never been a groupie. I don't have the time for it. Even when I worked in the music industry as a personal assistant, I had access to so many niggas. I had access to so many dudes with money in situations. Like, I never, ever had to be a groupie, never behaved like a groupie. I always kept myself to a certain standard, and it just baffles me when I see that type of behavior. Like, it just baffles me. Like, I don't get it. So I'm just gonna sip on that one. Moving right along. So, why is it in dating, right, that we rather, okay, how can I put it? So sometimes you should just say something. If something is bothering you, you should just say something, right? Instead of sweeping it under the rug. You think that having effective and open communication would actually be easy, right? Right? Wrong. When you're dating, why is it so difficult to just say what we need to say? We may like the person so much, so we may want to tiptoe around their feelings. Like, why? Why do we let things linger? I will never understand that. Or if we don't like something, we don't say something. Or we don't like what he's doing or she's doing, so we move on to somebody else instead of just communicating that. It's a part of ghosting, but it's also a part of immaturity, right? I also am going to touch base on this part. The part where you see something happening, you don't like it, and you tell the motherfucker, hey, I'm seeing this, I don't like this, right? And you know how niggas gonna do. Niggas love to nig. Y'all know niggas love to nig. And want to sit there and tell you and make you seem like you're nitpicking and that you didn't see what you saw. Okay? Now, that is gaslighting at its finest. And the gaslighting epidemic, it goes across all boards, even in corporate America, even with white folk. I could get into a whole other topic about that another day. But I've experienced a certain level of gaslighting. And the more and more, as I get older, the more and more, and as I'm dating too, or my dating experiences, because this clearly isn't working out, I see a lot of the bullshit with men, and it just amazes me that y'all can sit here and act like nothing is happening or something didn't happen that a woman saw or experienced and just tell her like nothing happened, making her feel like she's crazy, or basically insinuating in so many words that she's lying and this is not true. So we like to write shit off and act like nothing is happening. That's blatant manipulation, okay? And I think men tend to do it so that they don't look bad. And that irks my soul, period, point blank. It's gaslighting at its finest. So What is it to be gaslit? Gaslighting, by definition, is manipulate someone by psychological means into questioning their own sanity. By their own sanity. So I did a quick IG poll, and I was just like, yeah. So it was pretty simple. I'll tell y'all what I said. Who gaslights more? Who gaslights situations more? Let's situations. Men or women? 80% say men gaslight more to 20% say women gaslight more. And it was kind of funny to see that everybody that voted for, it was a mixture of men and women that voted that men gaslight more, to one person. No, sorry, two people didn't make that 20% up, that said that women gaslight, and it was two dudes. Now, one dude, I don't know his zodiac sign. The other dude, sorry friend, you're an Aries, and you gaslight like a motherfucker. I'm pretty sure you've gaslighted a couple of bitches in our time, because I know you. So you get no say in this. You're an Aries. So sorry. You get no say. So sorry. So sorry. But yeah, the majority rules, men gaslight situations more than women do. So the thing about it is, y'all, I just wish men would be a little bit more upfront and honest. Like, I've seen certain situations occur where, you know, especially early in the game, right? Y'all just getting to know each other, y'all dating, whatever. And again, it's getting to know each other, right? So unless a conversation is had about, or expectations have been expressed that y'all want to be exclusive, right? Then you can't tell a woman not to fuck with other people, or you don't want her seeing other people, or you want her to nip certain things in the bud. It's almost like saying, I want you for myself, but I haven't kept the standard for myself, right? In that instance where you've seen something happen, something occur where the man is clear, this dude is clearly interested in another woman, or another woman is interested in him, and he is not necessarily nipping it in the bud. You know, I've seen it in person. I've seen it via text messages, and it's always intriguing to me that niggas can do, but we can't do. So when I tell men that I meet now that I'm single, yeah, but I'm keeping my options open, it's always like, well, why would you want to do that? Like, why? What do you mean you want to keep your options open? Nigga, I'm going to date. I want to date. And the shit about it is, I've been busy, so I really haven't had as much time to date as I wanted to. And I've also been very turned off by men. Very, very turned off by men. And I think I've expressed that prior to. So upon meeting somebody recently, I felt gaslighted in a situation because, again, you niggas are cap. Y'all present yourselves a certain way and want us to stop everything that we have going on. Whether we have anything or not going on, y'all want everything for yourselves, but she can't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want you to be mine, but I'm for the streets. I'm for everybody. And that's the thing. These niggas is for everybody. Everybody. I'm gonna be real passionate this episode, y'all. These niggas is for everybody. So it's like, it puts you in a position where you're like, I don't want to put up with this. I don't want to deal with this. What should I do? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm seeing it happen so often, not only with me, but with my other girlfriends. And I'm like, yo, this is an epidemic as well. Gaslighting is an epidemic as well. You niggas is trash. I can't. And don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure there's women that do dumb shit too, but I'm sorry, y'all. Excuse me. It's more of men than women. And that poll was definitely an indication of what the fuck I mean. So, with that being said, I just gave y'all the definition of what it was to be gaslit. So, based on that poll, I'm giving a couple of tips on how to deal with gaslighting in dating. So, number one, it's going to be 4 quick tips. Don't deal with it. Don't deal with gaslighting. If you've been gaslit, motherfucker trying to play you, trying to play head games with you, trying to tell you you ain't seen what the fuck you saw, just don't deal with it. Pull away, push back, keep it pushing. Your sanity, your time, your health, your mental health, your STD status, is more important than appeasing a motherfucker that is going to sit there and tell you that you didn't see what the fuck you saw or heard what was said or whatever the situation is. Okay? Period. I digress. Number 2, if it's worth it to you, and this is somebody that you care for, you know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about no fly by night. Y'all knew each other 2-3 weeks, whatever the case may be. If this is a motherfucker that you care about, and of course, things happen in the heat of a moment when stuff like this occurs. It tends to happen, right? When you're not as heated, when you're not as upset, bring it down a little bit and also go back to get that clarity. You know what I'm saying? Go back and have that conversation. That's really, really important to do. And that leads me to number 3. Be confident. Be strong in your stance. Especially when a motherfucker's trying you. Because that's gaslighting is really a motherfucker really trying you. You're trying me on levels that, you know, it's just beyond. And you're also trying me to see if I'm going to be okay with your manipulation, with your nonsense. You know what I'm saying? And that's unacceptable as well. So it's just like saying, okay, perfect example. The sky is green. Mind you, you're telling me the sky is green. It is 80 degrees in Atlanta. It's sunny. The sky is blue. We have no clouds. It is a beautiful day. But you're telling me the sky is green. That's how simple it is. It's like oranges to apples, bro. Oranges to apples. Stop playing with people's intelligence. A lot of this type of shit, even in relationships. I mean, I've seen gaslighting in relationships with people that have been together for a long time. Like, this is how motherfuckers get into physical fights. This is how domestic abuse starts. And honestly, this is psychological abuse. When you're sitting in a relationship or sitting in a situation like that, and it's constantly and consistently happening, and you're staying in it. You know what I'm saying? So again, having a conversation, if you really care for the person and you letting it be known that, hey, this is what happened, this is what's going on, this is what I don't like about it, let's not agree to disagree. I need you to understand, like, this type of shit can't go on continuously. And number 4, if y'all can come to an understanding of what it is and move forward, great. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot. Let me tell you something. People do corny shit. Niggas do corny shit all the time. Sometimes a motherfucker just so used to doing the shit, they don't know that they're doing it. So again, a conversation should definitely be had. And of course, if you guys cannot come to a middle ground or understanding of what transpired, I would definitely say that self-care, know what your intentions are, and purely, that you have pure intentions, you know what the fuck happened, you know you had witnesses, whatever it is, pull back. You don't have to deal with nothing like that. You don't have to deal with people playing with your emotions or playing with your head. It's fucking trash. And I want better for women. I want better for everybody, but I definitely want better for Black women, because I think we get caught up thinking that we don't have choices, that we don't, need to be by ourselves sometimes, because of social media, because of IG, because we seeing all our friends and family and whoever getting married and all this other stuff, or we're seeing these projections of, great relationships that we really don't know much about on the back end of things. Don't get it fucked up. Everybody is going through something. Some people are going through great relationships because they're doing the works on themselves individually. A gaslighter is somebody who is not and has not done the work on themselves, especially if they consistently and constantly gaslight. You understand what I'm saying? So I would say this, if there's a certain amount of gaslighting that a person can deal with, and again, if you care enough and y'all can come to middle ground, do so. If not, keep it fucking pushing. Self-care first, mental health first. You don't have to deal with that. And that's just my take on that. So, had to touch base on that because I just don't like certain situations and the things that I have seen or experienced. And I seen it recently and I was like, you know what? I've been wanting to talk about this with y'all. So we're going to talk about it today. Okay. So why is it when there's a disagreement or when something is off. You know, you feel the energy is off. You feel, and this is still in the realm of dating, you feel like energy's off. You feel like something's a little off balance or whatever. And you may just need a little time. You may need a little separation, a little break. Space is always good. You know, I've been the kind of person in the past that said, like, if you're in a relationship, and I'm talking about a relationship, y'all can check out an episode that I did last year sometime about, you know, the difference between talk, date, relationship. Talk, date, relationship. Those are three very different things. A lot of adults don't seem to know the fucking difference, right? Especially when sex is involved. So this is what I gotta say about that. When you're dating someone and you want a little space, that's fine. In my past, if I was in a relationship, I didn't want space because I would just say, oh, well, we just need to be done and over with. But I've matured, and I think it can stand in relationships as well. But we're just gonna stick to dating right now. So in dating, again, sometimes you may want a little space, or because something is off, or something was said, or there was a disagreement that y'all couldn't really get past. Things happen. It is what it is. And sometimes there's certain things that are just red flags, okay? Period. Just red flags. But what I don't like, and what I see a lot of men do, and I'm not gonna say, let me not say all men, some men tend to do, and it's very manipulative. I wouldn't say it's not a part of gaslighting, but I definitely know that it's basically just trying to control the narrative. Like, you did fuck shit, you cut up, you showed your black ass, embarrassed the girl that you were seeing, whatever the case may be. There's certain things that some women can and cannot deal with, right? Goes across the board for everybody. But women, we're emotional. When we've I'm gonna talk for me. Fuck other bitches. I'm gonna talk for me. When I'm the kind of person, when I bring someone into my world or allow someone into my world, allow someone into my space, it's very, very rare. There's motherfuckers that I'm cordial with and cool with, that I used to date, whatever the case may be, or we just friends, or from the past. You know what I'm saying? We're not currently in each other's lives actively. And social media is not the friendship portal. Like, if y'all don't text, if y'all not a part of a group chat, y'all don't talk periodically or at least once a week or at least twice a month, y'all really ain't friends no more like that. Like, just call it what it is, you know? But as it pertains to dating, if you're currently like, off of it, you know, it's not the same. It feels weird. And I've let you a part of my space, right? I separate myself a little bit. And sometimes divinely, because your girl is definitely aligned, it happens where divine intervention happens and you separate from that person because of reasons beyond your control. So, long story short, I've been in a situation where I separated myself from someone, or slowly started to separate myself from someone because the red flags started adding up, okay? And controlling the narrative and controlling ass behavior from men is just insecurity in disguise. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're insecure. It is what it is. I feel like people, especially in dating, especially in getting to know you stage, they love to show their veil, their mask. You know what I'm saying? So they're only showing you a part of themselves, but they got so much other shit going on. So, like, and that's a part of getting to know the person. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just the bottom line. And you start peeling back layers and you start seeing things that you don't fucking like, you know? And a motherfucker would try to control that narrative, try to reel you back in, and try to nip it in the bud, right? So that's something that I've gone through. Ladies, and I'm gonna talk to y'all directly. Ignoring red flags, y'all, we gotta do better. When people show you trust, that's what it is. I had a very, very scary situation not too long ago with someone that I was definitely trying to cut off. Kind of showed a couple of things about himself that I did not like. And the first time that he showed me something about himself that was scary. It was really on some stalker shit, one. It was really on some, I won't get into detail, but I just want y'all to understand that I was scared. But I just kind of let it roll like, okay, he's drunk. He don't know no better, right? Under the guise of liquor. So sometimes we just like, oh, he drunk. He don't know no better. That's going to come to pass. Right? Wrong. That incident kind of foreshadowed the behavior up until the end, okay? Was it behavior that was outlandish every day? No. Because again, you just getting to know a motherfucker. So the veil is on, okay? The mask is on. You are getting his representative, not his crazy ass self, okay? So, again, in my defense, I wasn't taking the motherfucker serious. Because again, I'm single Mina. I'm keeping my options open. I really don't give a fuck about you niggas. I don't. I am trying to work on myself. I'm in therapy. I'm working on my business. I'm working on giving y'all content. I'm over on TikTok. Child, I've been blessed and I've been very happy. And I kind of want to be in a space where I can allow someone in at some point, right? By keeping options open, who can actually fuck with what I got going on, embody what I have going on because it matches. You know what I'm saying? Opposites, I don't give a fuck about that opposites attract shit. That shit don't fucking work. When you know, fuck an opposite, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. And I really, really hope that I don't meet an opposite that I just absolutely fall in love with and marry, because y'all gonna make me retract this fucking episode. Or y'all gonna comment later and say, yo, Mina, shut the fuck up, you a liar, because on episode such and such, this is what the fuck you said. But anyway, fuck that opposite shit for right now in this moment. Because this motherfucker that showed me crazy red flags is definitely an opposite. We are not alike at all. We have some backgrounds that are similar. We have some interests that are similar. It was a good key, but it was just like that first incident. It kind of was like, I'm not gonna take you seriously. I might go out on a date here and there. You know, a bitch like to eat. I'm gonna smoke this hookah. I'm gonna hang out, but I'm gonna keep my options open. I'm gonna keep that window of opportunity open for myself, because why would I sell myself short? And the insecurity started peeling back more and more and more. So when your girl gets busy, I kind of get into that focus. I kind of get into that mode. But also, I also pop in and I check in here and there. You know what I'm saying? So I always, again, and I've said this in previous episodes, I look for male leadership. I look for a man that's about me. You know what I'm saying? And for this gentleman in particular, it was very lustful or whatever. This is a man that just likes my body, likes what I look like. And you know what? I'm not stupid. At 35 years old, nigga, do I look dumb? I told y'all I ain't a simp. I think y'all know, my viewers and my listeners know at this point, Mina B ain't no simp ass bitch. And that's on who? Mary Had a Little Lamb. What I'm not gonna do is feed into the fact that someone just likes my appeal and likes my energy. Because energy suckers are the motherfuckers that you just can never get off your fucking back, bruh. Okay? And that's exactly what happened. And that's because I chose to ignore a red flag that was major, that was even slightly dangerous. Okay? So speed up to now, I've been a little bit fearful in a way, because I'm like, yo, I feel like I have like a stalker. And I know I talk shit and I say, do not put my phone on do not disturb. But I mean, this is the point where you putting your phone on do not disturb and the motherfucker's calling you back to back to back to back to back. So if y'all have that on your iPhones, where you put your phone on do not disturb to go to sleep or whatever it is, and if there are repeat calls, so it's up to 2 calls that are repeat calls, that iPhone will let the call come through. Okay? The contact will be able to call, the call will be able to go through. So that had happened a couple of times when an argument had happened, and I was like, this ain't really an argument. I'm just not gonna address it. I don't care. This not my man. Not my boyfriend. We barely dating. I'm not really about to take this motherfucker serious, right? Wrong. Crazy stalking my phone, acting crazy, paragraphs and paragraphs of text messages just because I chose not to engage in a conversation, or I've been, and it's just that male entitlement that I don't fucking like, and that is a motherfucker that is controlling and trying to control a narrative because you present yourself to be one way and you're the total opposite. Like, these niggas are capped. They will walk around and act like they don't really fuck with you. Let me not say that. Let me back up. They don't want a relationship. They don't want this. They don't want that. We getting to know each other. So why the fuck you so invested on what I'm doing, when I'm doing it, who I'm with? Why are you so invested on if I'm taking a trip next weekend or if I'm just coming into town from Vegas? Why are you so invested when you don't pay my rent? This is a question I ask niggas all the time. Do you pay my bills? Huh? I'll wait. Because, again, I'm grown. I do so much for myself and I work very hard. So, and on any and everything that I touch. So what I don't understand is the male entitlement, okay? Where do you get off? Where do you get off acting crazy? So that's where we're at. So listen, ladies, when a motherfucker shows you who they are and they show you that red flag the first time, and please know what a red flag is, okay? If he, like to keep his food separated on a plate or don't like his stuff food to touch or something like your OCD, that ain't a red flag, baby. That just mean the nigga just particular. I'm talking about dangerous things, insecurities, calling your phone crazy, acting crazy, popping up on you. Yeah, that's the type of shit I'm talking about. Be careful. Keep your taser. I keep mine. If you live in a state where you can get a gun, get a gun. Because these niggas don't have no fucking sense. And I'm saying this, and I'm not joking about it. I'm being dead fucking serious, okay? We're not dealing with simple bullshit anymore. We're not dealing with gaslighters anymore. And when a motherfucker shows you who the fuck he is, please believe him the first time, okay? So I know this was a little bit more of a passionate and aggressive episode of the Mina B Podcast, but I just had to let it be known because these motherfuckers out here are really acting up and I don't have time for it at all. And I'm sure my sisters can definitely agree that are the ones that are not acting simple, like the groupies, the ones that got some common sense and a little bank account, okay? We got to be a little bit more careful. We got to be a little bit more cognizant. And also, ladies, we also have to hold up a little bit more of a standard because we letting these motherfuckers come in and out acting like shit don't happen, shit is not happening, acting like they got to control the narrative. They got to be on your back, basically, and don't got nothing to offer. Let's sip on that. Because a lot of you niggas don't have nothing to offer. And y'all be the first ones to sit here and say, oh, well, she doesn't really have anything to offer. What was she offering? Just pussy? No, nigga. Fuck you. Fuck y'all that say that shit on the internet. I said what I said. So, with that being said, I told y'all it was going to be a shorter episode today. But tune in to next week's episode. Got some more heat coming for you guys. Just had to let it be known that we're not having it. And that's on period. And yeah, I'm going to sign out. And definitely be sure to rate and subscribe to the show. Be sure to holler at me. Leave some comments. Chime in. DM me. Also for advice, inquiries, anything related to the show, hit me up. Ask Mina B on Gmail. I know y'all like to DM, but if it's for longer things, feel free to shoot me an email. I'm signing out. You guys have a wonderful rest of your week. Be safe. Stay focused. Don't let these motherfuckers gaslight you. And that's just that on that. I will see you guys on the flip side. Thank you so much for tuning in. Ciao.